right. Nick, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm Detective Horn. So I've just been kind of filled in a little bit. But before we get into what's happened with you, just want to make sure like everything's good with you. You don't need anything else right now, right?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, all right.
I'm doing quite all right.
If you're feeling comfortable at any time, just know I'm here to help you. Just let me know if you need to take a second or whatnot, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right. So let me just get this all out. Now, how do you spell your first and last name, just so I know for sure?
So, how you spell Nicholas,
Mhm.
it's just you take out the H instead.
Okay.
And then it's Martinez. Martinez.
All right. And then what is your cell phone number, just in case this gets cut short or I need to call you or something?
413-789-0606.
All right, and I'm just going to call you just so that you have my number, so that if anything happens, you know who I am if I'm calling you, or if you need to get in contact with me, okay?
Perfect.
And then, do you live locally?
I do.
Okay.
I do live close around.
And what's your address?
80 Lawton Street.
How do you spell that?
Law and then TAN.
TAN. And then Springfield, right?
Yep.
Awesome. All right, and you are how old?
I'm 21.
21. Cool. All right, and are you single, married?
I'm single.
Single? Cool. And what actually is your job here?
I work in the paper company down the road.
Okay.
It's just not that. I don't have such a elaborate job. I just work selling, and that's it.
Awesome. I definitely appreciate you finding this spot to meet, because obviously it wasn't very private when we tried doing it there. So this is obviously much better. So before I just kind of hear out your story, exactly what happened, can you just tell me kind of the background? So where did it actually happen?
So I was going for my usual like morning runs around 7:38, and I usually cut around to the back roads because I like to run over there instead of on the loud main roads.
So the back roads behind your where you live, is
Yes.
that okay?
Yes. And I'd say I was about a mile and a half in, and I saw the cars starting to trail me, but it's not usually that uncommon. So, and then it veered off into one of the streets and pulled up right in front of me a couple of minutes. I'd say about 10 minutes later.
Okay. So you just to reiterate, you were about a mile and a half in when a car started trailing you, right? And then it had pulled up in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. So when it pulled up in front of you, obviously did someone hop out? Is that?
I was a little shocked at first, and then I saw a taller than me. I can't say exactly what, maybe I'd say around 6 foot. White male with a black mask, black hoodie, black gloves, jeans, and snow boots on. And he pointed a gun to me.
Okay.
And he told me to empty everything I had and to give him everything I had.
Okay, so he had pulled out, so it was just to make sure, I want to make sure we're looking for the right type of stuff. So he was a tall 6 foot white guy. He had a black mask. You said a black sweatshirt, was that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then jeans and snowshoes, right?
Like snow boots.
Okay. And then when he hopped out, was it just him? Was he the driver?
It was just him.
Okay, so he was the one driving the car when he hopped out. Okay. And did you happen to see anything about the vehicle?
It was like a brown Honda Civic.
Brown. And you didn't happen to see a license plate or anything?
No, I was just so shocked by it.
Yeah, I completely understand. It's obviously a traumatic event, so I don't expect you to have everything clear. This is so helpful already. With that license plate, you didn't even see, just to make sure you didn't see a state or anything like that?
No.
Okay,
I can't
nope, that's no problem at all. And there's no way there were any pictures or videos or cameras nearby that could have caught, you think?
Unless one of the houses and the back roads has security surveillance, then no.
Now, do you know what street you were on?
I can't quite. I remember the back road is called Breckwood.
So
Breckwood Road or something like that.
And did you go off of Breckwood? Or were you on Breckwood when it happened?
No, I was on it.
You were on Breckwood? Okay. And do you remember I know it was a little earlier in the day. Was the sun still out?
Yeah, the sun had just come out.
Sun just came up.
Yeah.
And the weather was fine. Like
It was cold.
It was
really
cold.
cold in the morning.
All right. So do you remember like what any house colors around you looked like? Do you happen to know?
I remember distinctly because, what is it? When he had veered back in front of me, a red house. It was
Okay.
It was like bright red. It had what is it? It seemed like a black Jeep and a silver Honda car in the driveway, but I can't recall which street it was.
Okay. All right. So that was like on a street that veered off right when you
Yes.
could see. Okay. Awesome. That helps a ton. Thank you. So how often do you usually run on here? Is that
I do it every other day, every other morning.
and you take the same route usually?
Yeah, I'll switch it up once in a while, but
And always in the morning around 7:38? Okay. And do you usually do it alone?
yes.
Okay. Was there anyone else around when this happened?
A car had come in from behind me, which I assume had shook the shook the offender.
Yep.
And so that car ended up chasing him because he had entered back into his car out of fear, I assume, and drove off.
Okay.
But as far as anyone else, no one came out to help me. It was really early. I assume people were probably still asleep.
And that car didn't stop or anything, did they?
No, they did.
They did?
They
Did you talk to them at all, get any of their
They
information?
asked me if I was okay, if they had heard me, if I was injured anyway, they didn't call police. While I was doing that, because there was two of them in the car, one of them had went off to chase the man in the
Okay.
car, and the other one had stayed to make sure I was alright.
Okay.
I called the police.
All right, so they called the police, so police had talked to them so I can get in touch with them?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that. So, let me just see. Now, if you could describe, the body type of the person, could you tell if they were taller? Were they more muscular? Were they?
I'd say they're taller, but I wouldn't say muscular. I'd say more slim.
Okay. All right, and then was their hair long, medium, short? Could you tell?
Long
hair?
Long blonde hair.
Long blonde hair, okay. And it was a male, right?
Male.
Cool. Thank you so much. Do you know if he had beard, mustache, glasses?
He had a little scuff.
Okay.
But as far as a full length beard, no.
And he wasn't wearing a hat, it was just the mask?
No, just the mask.
Okay.
He had a hoodie on, but I could tell
Yep.
he had long blonde hair.
And could you tell anything by the way he was talking? Did he seem agitated? Did he seem really rushed or
He seemed rushed and concerned.
so he was on edge kind of?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And did you happen to get a look at the gun that he had?
It was a Glock.
It was a Glock, so obviously if you know, so you're familiar with firearms, right?
Somewhat, yes.
Okay, so let's just see. I usually carry these around just so I can show. So it probably looked relatively similar to that being pointed
Yeah.
at you, right? Okay. I'm sorry if that's traumatic or anything, but please just let me know. So is this exactly what you saw,
Yeah.
as best as you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's about it. That's about what I seen.
All right, so it was not a rifle, wasn't a revolver or anything. It was
No.
definitely something like
It was
that.
definitely a smaller. Yeah,
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. That helps a ton. And that gun, the Glock, was it black? Was it grayish?
No, it was black.
It was black. Awesome. All right. Just write that down. Now, I just got a couple more questions with you before we get you on your way. I know that it's in the middle of your shift, so I want to get you back.
It's good.
So you said the suspect come at you from the front, right?
Yes.
So trailed from behind and then approached you, came around you and approached from the front, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And how far away were you when the car actually stopped and he came out?
I'd say he was about 20 feet away.
Okay.
Not even. He stopped.
Yeah,
so
roughly.
I assumed he was just gonna blow by me and just keep going his way. I didn't expect him to stop. So when
Yeah.
he stopped suddenly in front of me, it shook me.
Yeah, no, I get that. So he just hopped out. He was a little bit of distance away. And he said that he wanted you to empty your pockets. Did he say anything else to you?
I assume mainly just my wallet. No, as far as saying anything else,
Yeah.
no.
Okay. So it was just he wanted you to empty your pockets. He was looking for wallet or money, something like that, I'm guessing. Have you, just to make sure, you haven't received any threats or from anyone recently?
No,
Okay, so you're all good with that. There's no reason that someone would want to hurt you, right?
I don't know anyone that would have a reason to hurt me.
Okay, all right. So you haven't had any recent issues with anyone at work, in your personal life, girlfriend, nothing like that, right?
No.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Are there usually any other people you see as you run this way?
I mean, I see a neighbor walk his dog usually earlier in the morning as well, and I'll wave at him. I've seen him a couple times, but as far as like talking to someone, nah, I wouldn't say like talk to anyone.
Just usually cars driving
There's
by.
usually cars, some people I see time and time when I'm doing my run.
And you've never seen this car before, as far as you know?
Well, I've never really paid attention, so I wouldn't be
when you're
able to
running,
tell.
you're just All right, so the suspects, since obviously you're saying that someone wouldn't want to hurt you, haven't received any threats. This person didn't look or sound like anyone you know, right?
It's not anyone I know. How someone familiar though, like someone I've met before.
So someone that's not like a close friend or anything like that. So it could be possibly like an acquaintance.
Maybe
someone
an acquaintance that
you met
might
like
have something wrong with me, but as far as like, I don't have anyone close that looks or acts like it or something.
But there was something kind of familiar about them too?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, all right. And I appreciate. I know it's hard to piece together, but
yeah, it's okay.
We're just trying to help you out here.
Thank you so much.
And just the last few questions. So, what did you do immediately after this happened?
Well, once the police had arrived to check on me and everything, I'd done, the interview, and I had been escorted back home. I kind of just stayed at home for the rest of the day, compose myself, call my family, tell them what happened. I had a friend of mine come over just to, help me distress and relax and not think about it. And I just came up to work to just try to get my mind off it.
Okay, all right. And you're feeling better now, though?
I'm feeling better.
Okay, good. So you said you had a friend over. Did you talk to anyone else about the incident since then?
I mean, I besides my family and the friend I had over and one other person who had FaceTimed me.
Yep.
No, I hadn't told anyone else. No one from work I had told either.
Yeah. And do you have any other reasons that have maybe made you concerned for your safety since then, or has anything suspicious happened? Anyone kind of sat outside your house? Nothing like that?
I haven't seen nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Like, I'll have like random cars like pull up and just use my driveway to turn around, but as far as someone sitting in my driveway for a while, no, nothing like that.
Okay, so nothing different than usual. It's not like someone was, checking around for you. Okay, all right, well, that's good. So, I guess at this time, is there anything else that you feel like could help me? Anything that, you might have forgot?
Yeah, he had brown eyes, if I remember correctly.
Brown eyes?
Yeah, brown eyes. I just recalled that.
So he had blonde hair, long blonde hair, right? Brown eyes, and then a little scruff, you said, right?
Scruff.
Could you tell it was the scruff, what color it was?
It was like, I wouldn't say it was completely blonde. I'd say it was like
kind of like a dirty blonde.
Yeah, like a dirty blondish.
All right, that helps a ton. Thank you. And there's no other details?
I can't recall any, at least.
All right, well then, you've definitely been a ton of help today. I understand, this is not an easy thing for people to go through, especially you're just trying to go out for a run. I encourage you, try and not let it stop your daily life. This is kind of a freak thing. It does happen, but we're going to do our best to make sure that we find this person, they don't do it to anyone else, okay? So I want to thank you for your time. We definitely went over a lot of different stuff. Like I said, there could be stuff that you were forgetting today. If you want to reach out to me, you have my number, but here's my card. You can take my card, you can call me at any time. I'll definitely contact you if I need you, but right now you've given me everything we need. As soon as I have an update, I'll let you know. Just please come to me as soon as possible when you find something out, okay?
No problem.
Anything else for me?
I think that's all for now.
All right, well, thanks for your time. Thank you for finding the spot for us to meet. I know that you got to get back to work, and I hope you have a great day. All right, have a good one.
Thank you.